$30,000. That's what this contractor made in 1 month. Money was coming in, their schedule was full, money was hitting the bank account. So why do I feel like there's nothing left? Hi, I'm Kelly Hamrick with Hamrick's Bookkeeping, your bookkeeping detective. And today we're opening case file number 1, the profit illusion. This is something I see all the time, especially in constructions, trades, and service businesses. You have a busy schedule, steady work, money is coming in, but you're still feeling stuck. This business owner told me we're working non-stop, but it doesn't feel like we're getting ahead. I hear that a lot. I already know something's not adding up. So you open up the case file, the numbers, because your bank account shows only part of the story. Your profit and loss shows the truth. Your first clue is the revenue. $30,000 in 1 month, that's solid. And this is where most people stop. They think, I'm making $30,000, I'm doing great. But this is just the beginning. Next, we look at what it takes to do these jobs. Materials around $10,000, subcontractors around $5,000, permits, supplies. Now we're already over $17,000. And if you're not tracking this clearly, you don't actually know if your jobs are profitable. Then we look at what it costs to run the business. You've got your truck payments, your gas, insurance, tools, softwares, your miscellaneous last minute items, etc. So we put all of this together. Your $30,000 coming in turned into about $1,500 in actual profit. But here's where it gets confusing. That bank account looked great. We had over $20,000 sitting there. So of course they thought everything was fine. But that money came from a loan deposit. We've had some future payments for future jobs. We have some owner contributions. This is what I call the profit illusion. Cash in the bank account does not equal profit. In business, especially construction, money moves fast. That doesn't mean you're keeping it. And if you're not looking at your profit and loss, you're missing the full story. Let me get you a few red flags to watch for, because this shows up differently depending on your businesses. If you're in construction and trades, if your construction or trades feels busy all the time, but profit isn't growing, you don't know which jobs actually made money, your materials and subcontractors go in one bucket, and you don't know which job did what, these are signs that your job's costs aren't being tracked clearly. If you're a service-based business, you're raising prices, but you still feel tight. You're booked out, but you're not seeing more profit. That usually means your expenses are growing right along with your revenue. If you're a membership or have recurring clients, you're getting new people in, but there's nothing really changing financially. That's often your churn rate. You're losing people as fast as you gain them. And you can see all this show up in your profit and loss. If you want to start understanding your numbers, here are a few simple things you can do every month. Look at your profit, not just your bank account. Break your revenue into categories, your jobs, services, or products, whatever works best for your company. Track your biggest costs clearly, especially anything tied to delivering your work. And you ask yourself one question: where is my money actually going? Because once you can answer that, everything starts to change. So here's our original profit and loss. All our jobs are lumped together. I just have my service jobs and project work. Your materials are not separated by jobs. We don't know which subcontractors to which job. And your expenses are grouped with no detail. There's no breakdown of which job made money. So when you look at this, you can't tell which jobs made money, which jobs lost money, or what actually caused the profit problem. This is where most business owners are stuck. Now let's take a look at this version. This is a cleaner version of profit and loss. Our revenue is separated by job. I can see how much job A made, $12,000 in revenue. But then I can also see how much it cost for that job. Same thing for job B and job C. I can see that job A has a pretty good profit there, $7,700. Job B is looking a little okay. It's $3,200 gross profit. But when you start adding in the operating expenses, it maybe broke even. And job C, with those operating expenses, have definitely lost money. And this is the difference. One version tells you what happens, and the other version tells you why it happens. And once we saw it like this, we didn't guess anymore. We knew exactly where the money was going. Once we cleaned everything up, the numbers finally made sense. We could see which jobs were actually profitable, where money was leaking, what needed to change. And from there, we could actually make decisions with confidence. If your business feels busy, but the profit isn't there, there's a reason, and chances are it's hiding in your numbers. Follow along. We're going to keep opening these case files and figure out what your numbers are really saying.